Good morning. Today is Saturday, August 31st, Labor Day weekend. I am in the James Peak Wilderness. As you can see, this lot is full, and it's actually known for filling up by 7 a.m. So this is just out of Nederland, which is about a half hour outside of Boulder. I got here in 75 minutes. Beautiful drive, beautiful place. It's 35 degrees pulling into the lot this morning, so definitely crisp, which tells me I'm close to 10K right now. I may camp at 11. I may go for the lower lake. So I'm doing destination backpacking today, meaning set up a base camp, and there's two main lakes that I would like to fish on this trip. So this is right by the Moffat Tunnel area. So basic area info, trailhead, regs. Here we go. All right, time to get going. It's going to be a busy day with tons of people here, so I'm going to get in the trail. So you might be able to hear the train that's just firing up right now. The train is actually below me over here. Definitely a cool and brisk hike. I bet it's in the 40s right now. And when you go into the dark tunnels like this, definitely cool. So I just let him pass me up to do this video. I'm curious, since this is just open permit, do what you want, two major lakes, a hike that I'm doing, I think it's gonna be pretty busy up there, but I don't know how many people are backpacking. Some people may have come here on Friday, set up sites, so could be an interesting search for a site once I'm up there. The total hike, it's under 6 miles, so very, very doable. That's why I have a full pack. In my car, I brought a pair of pants. Last thing I just packed, I put those in there just in case. So I do have a full pack because I'm planning it to be rather cold on this hike. So easy to follow. Got the train going. So once I get some better views, I'll let you take a look. All right, the people bomb has definitely gone off, caught up to me, but hey, here to explore, got to look at stuff. Curious if there's anything in writing that tells me the age of this structure. Definitely seen better days. I get your graffiti, and behind it looks like even like a storage area back in the day, but this would have been real living back then in the day when these were built. Cool. All right, so back on the trail going that way. All right, I haven't been filming a lot because it's been tons of people around me the whole time. This is the first quiet I've had the entire hike. So big groups ahead of me there, day hikers, definitely uphill. So it is a rocky trail. Temp is now, look at that, 45, nice. So it's been in the 30s for a lot of the hike, actually kind of chilly because not in the sun yet. Gotta be getting close. I'm gonna say within a mile and a half or so. And of course I got my app here, but feeling pretty good for first time out in quite a while backpacking. So we get back to it once I get an opening up ahead of me here, hopefully in the next half hour or so. I'll let you take a look. All right, I'm at lake number 1, and it's just before 10ish or so, so I get a decent look at it right here. Supposedly the better fishing is the one above this, but this is going to be more protected for camping, so I'm kind of in a decision point. And you don't want to be within 100 feet of it either. You can see some trout right there. Pretty shallow, I can go in there. So if you look over here, you can actually see the trail that goes up to Heart Lake, which is the one I want to go to. The only problem is I don't think there's a lot of tree and cover up there. So if it does storm, you are going to be stuck in it. So decision time, but I think I'm going to head on up. All right, I am a little bit more than halfway up the pass. You can see where I have to go over there. And I've come from down here. More hikers out. Beautiful look at the lake. I see a tent over there, so, and some snow. Almost there. All right, last push. Okay, so I made it to Heart Lake. Beautiful area. You can tell there's a lot of day hikers up here. So again, coming from that direction below me was where the prior lake was. So this is a pass right here. You can see people on it right now. If you go over, I believe it gets to a 13er. So my site, at least as of now, I'm looking right here. It's 100 feet from water. It's legal, but I like the idea that it's is surrounded in here. It's definitely not big, but if it does get windy, I have a little protection there. As far as yucky animals, there's only one way in and out, so unless I find something better, it's probably what I'm going to go with. But I'm going to explore a little bit before I would set anything up. Got my snack, electrolyte drink. Let's take a peek over here, see what we got. So the nice thing is, just with the rocks and being at Alpine, it does heat up a little bit. All right, this should be the $1 million view. Yeah, not bad at all. Okay, so that's more than 100 feet. Yeah. All right, so you can see day hikers over there. This is actually a deep lake, which is why it's got big fish in it. And I got more coming here. Do you see a tent over there? Oh yeah, there's a dozen people up here, and everyone's loud. All right, I think I'm going to take my site, get set up, and get things rolling. All right, it's about 12:30. I got water. Had that hanging right over here, so that is good. Supply is good. Good for dinner, good for breakfast. I just got my fly rod ready to go. So camp is set up, so I do kind of like this spot. Sun right now, shade later. Everything in here good to go for later on tonight. Letting this stuff kind of air out right here. I'll probably put the sun gloves on. So I'm going to go try to fish for, a couple hours, walk the bank, see what's going on. Even from here, you can see there are other groups out there. People on the other side of me. I bet you there's going to be a dozen people here today. So hopefully I'll be able to get a good fishing spot. Talked to one guy already fishing. He said a lot of stuff's chasing, but not biting yet. So either way, this is about as good of conditions as you can get when you're close to 11,000 feet. So, all right, I'll bring the camera, see how it goes. Good afternoon, it's about 2:30 p.m. You can see there's definitely people here jockeying for position, so to speak. It's funny, people walk by my site and they say they like it because it's blocked from the wind. So it is windy. You can see a little bit of ripple action. So I probably had about 8 or 10 fish come up to my fly, look at it, buzz away. So I am going to change that out. But I think I'm going to have a cigar and a drink. Just kind of look at the lake for a while where it's still warm out here. I'm actually quite surprised. I bet you it's in the mid-60s. So I can tell there is pollens in the air, so I may take a little bit of medicine, but I think it's time for a cigar and a drink. Fishing is tough. It gets windy, it stops, and it kind of repeats, but there are still backpackers arriving, kind of walking around. People are trying to find spots. So I'm going to say a total of maybe, it's under 10, say 8 people fishing, and I'm not seeing anyone catch anything. I saw one guy earlier over there, but I just came from there. Really shallow. So definitely tough fishing, but they are in here. They kind of cruise. They see your fly, they go up to it, and then they kind of turn away. But I'm going to try for about another 45 minutes or so, see what happens, and go have a dinner. But yeah, I think there's actually going to be some people here tonight. But again, beautiful day out here. Beautiful lake. And the trail, I think I'm going to try that tomorrow. It goes up kind of on those ridges there. So I'll build that in my day since the fishing is not stellar right now. Good evening, it's 4:50 and still got some sun, which is good. Trying to get the dinner going, so I got my water going in there. Actually, being close to 11,000 feet with the wind, trying to find a place to do it. Again, my site's right over there, but I thought I'll get out of it. So definitely a wind here. Cool view though. So the trail's down there and it goes way down that way. That's kind of the skyline. And you can see big groups of people out here now. Surprised no one is in that field yet, although someone is standing there. People, I think, fishing or at other sites. So a lot of people, I think, are actually staying below and they just hike up here. But all right, so dinner tonight is going to be pasta marinara. Last of my water. So I actually am pretty hungry. So all right, time to get dinner going. Maybe I'll check in later once I'm in the tent, and I will be prepared for a chilly night. All right, time is 5:30. I'm going to say I have 45 minutes of light before that gets hidden behind that mountain over there. So literally now, a couple people still on the lake, including down there, and more groups are arriving over there. I was literally eating, and 10 minutes ago, there are people still arriving here. So it's going to be a busy place. So I figured I'm here, I'm going to fish. I'm going to try, but my expectations are not very high, but what the heck. So again, I'm going to try to see what I can do here in this area. And you won't pick it up. I see one right there. Bet he won't eat what I'm throwing. So if the wind calms down a little bit, you can see we got a little bit of a wake now. You can throw this. Got to watch behind you not to catch any of this, but splendid area. So definitely a cool area to come to. So, all right, time to start fishing. Good evening. It is the end of day one, and there are still more people that were just coming in. I don't know how they're all going to find spots unless they go way out down the hill. But I was fishing until the sun shade line hit me, and I said, all right, time to go back. Of course, I saw 2 fish, didn't get anything. So tough fishing here. I saw one person that caught a fish today, and maybe about 10 fishing and all trying, but none of us were lucky. So of course I will try again tomorrow. But whoops, I am all suited up right now, so I definitely have cold weather gear on. So I will be prepared for tonight, but I'm going to say probably around 25 degrees. So almost at 11,000 feet. I can feel it a little bit. I definitely feel a little dehydrated, a little bit of a mini headache, but nothing too bad. So I'm going to read my Kindle, probably call an early night and go to bed around 8 o'clock. And I bet because of all this area right here, it'll be pitch black. So I will check in with you tomorrow in the morning. Good morning. It is Sunday, the next day, day 2 of the trip. Got breakfast going, and I'm trying to stay in the enclosure over here. So I've got my water going, gonna have my coffee. Yeah, you can see I spilled some. And I'm gonna go with a breakfast skillet. So I'm done eating, I'll put the rest of that in there. Make sure there's no trash or food around the place. Great sunny start to the day. Tell people we're starting to get up a little bit after 8 a.m., but definitely windy. It's actually calm right now as I'm speaking to you, but this shelter actually helped out a lot last night. You could hear it. So today, breakfast, and then I think I'm gonna head out here and try that trail first thing, especially if it's windy, get it out of the way. I can see people going up it right now. So zigzag around that corner. So, all right, today's agenda hiking, and I will try fishing again, assuming that it's not windy. It's about 9:30 and I am starting my ascent up the hill. So I'll be going kind of around that corner over there. Zigzags 4 or 5 times. Definitely windy. You can see from here the lake below me, and I'll get a really good view in about a half hour, but there's actually somebody out there with a belly boat. Brought that up here. So here is a look. Again, people are up, moving about, going around. I'm also curious if you could climb that end and go up that peak. It looks pretty steep with a lot of talus, so probably not recommending that, but oh well. Let's see how this goes. All right, making my way up. Better view of the lake below me with the boat now, and even a feeder stream behind it, and a good view of the trail as well. Goes right by it down there, all the way down there. You can also see in this lake how deep it is. So unfortunately, where I'm fishing, kind of shallow, maybe 3 to 4 feet right by that edge, and that thing just drops down. So if the wind never does die down today, I'm going to try to find a different spot, but it's hard to get to deeper water. But otherwise, great day. It's not cold at all. It's just windy, as you can tell. All right, I'm going to say 2/3 the way up. I'm on the talus right now, so easy to follow trail. Just get a lot of blocked views. I can tell just by looking at the lake, the side over here gets deeper a lot faster. The only bad thing is the wind is coming right into it. You can actually see the parking lot from here. So that's 6.5 miles away from here. So a really good view up here of everything. Trail zigzags. Got more people out on it. So I should be there in about 20 minutes. All right, I am off trail right now. Trying to get the big view. Very windy. Glad my hat has a string. So if your hat blows away, it's a goner. I'll hold on to it anyway. So here, it's about the best big view I can give you. Everything up here. Definitely a wind catch up here. So a couple signs just came from the first one. Not legible. Check out the second. So if you want, I believe you can follow this ridge line for a while. So it's not too bad up here. I'm going to see what else I can find up here, which is going to be tundra, but cool views. I do want to see what the other side looks like as well. So my next video will be from over there. Coming up to my next sign. Rogers Pass. A little bit of trail beta. Alright, let's see what the other side looks like. Definitely see a line in the atmosphere layer over there, straight across, and roads in the back. Almost looks like this is a road just by the way it's got the two sides. It is not. Motorized traffic obviously is illegal, but there are signs and trail markers. Some of them are legible and others are worn away by the weather. But once you're on top, you just got to kind of deal with the wind and the fact that, yeah, it's going to be in the 40s, but no big deal. All right, yeah, it's a wider view from over here. And the trail going that way. I'll probably go to this sign here. Say good enough. Oh, it almost looks like ski runs. You know, that could be Eldora. I could be wrong, but I believe that is Eldora, which is for sale. And if you live in the Boulder area, you can go skiing half hour from where you live. All right, get a little closer to the sign. And now we got a bunch of signs that are kind of propped up here. So it looks like it does continue on. Yeah, okay. All right, the trail we're on, and Eldora Ski Resort over there. All right, time to turn around. So I am back at camp. I just changed out a fly on my rod, getting that ready. I have a feeling it's going to constantly be windy today. Every now and then you get a little bit of a lull. So fishing is not going to be good. I accept that, but I'm still going to go out and try a little bit. I think the wind, unfortunately, is going this way into the area way over here, other side of my tent, obviously. It looks like it's the deepest, so it'll be hard to cast into it, but it looks like it could be the best. So I think I'm at least going to start over there, and hey, we'll see what happens. So I'm here, I might as well make the best of it. So time to go fishing. All right, definitely a little windier when I want, but a little low right now. It's like you can see where there's a big drop off. So I'm going to use a streamer, kind of strip it, go back and forth and see what happens. And wind's died down a little bit now. I fished, I changed flies, I did everything I could. I talked to people. I'm not seeing anyone catch anything right now. So I am feeling like I can fish the rest of the day. I'm not really going to get anywhere. So I'm starting to break down camp. Figured I'll get a nice enjoyable hike out of here, plenty of light, go at a very leisurely pace, kind of enjoy it, and beat the drive back on Labor Day traffic. If my legs feel all right tomorrow, go on a bike ride. So again, tearing down camp, got a lot of work to do still, but I'm going at a snail's pace and just kind of enjoying it, no rush at all. So once I get on the trail, I'll film on the way back, and it shouldn't be as crowded. One last look at Heart Lake. Of course, now it's the calmest it's been all day. It's about as good as the lake. You can see a lot of people have left. Sites over there, over there. As of now, I don't see any. Looks like a lot of people have the same idea. Spend Labor Day somewhere else. Beautiful blue sky. So earlier today, went up there. You can see people coming down. All right, so I'm heading this way, taking a left. And if there's not a lot of people around me, I'll shoot some video. Back at the lower lake again. You can tell it's a lot shallower. And I bet you if you were to step in that water, probably sink a little bit. But you can see there's like a line right out there, probably where you were going to fish. But small enough. I don't think over winter it probably does very, very well. It doesn't look very deep. So, all right, back on the trail. Another shot of where I was coming from. You can see the trail over there. So hopefully not as many people on the way back. This trail is still packed at 2:30 p.m. and both ways. I got about 10 people behind me. I passed them once, they passed me. We crisscross, trying to get some space. Building the hike. It's obviously popular, but there's water along most of it. So if you brought a filter and you needed it, not a problem. Some of the trail is muddy, dirty. You can see my feet are getting that way, but definitely pretty. Passed a site where a guy had 2 llamas with him. So that was interesting. But otherwise, it's predominantly day hikers, except the people behind me are backpackers as well. So you don't have people around. It's a quiet hike, but again, very, very popular. So, all downhill.